Hello everyone, welcome back to Hacking with Ken. So basically today I'm going to show you how to use basic commands in Linux. Now there are a lot of commands in Linux and Linux is all about commands, but there are few basics that you need to know, and this is part of the series of Linux administration where I will teach you how you can perfectly become a Linux administrator by performing simple tasks or stuff like that. So basically this is I think the third installment in this series. So basically let's just get into it. First of all, in your Linux, open up a terminal. It can be your CentOS, can be your Ubuntu or stuff like that. But as you will open the terminal, I'm going to use a utility called Terminator. Sorry about that, I'm going to use that, and there we go. I'm just going to zoom in, and there we go. So first of all, I'm sorry I wrote that. So basically, let's say you don't know anything about the commands. So I may have described few of the commands in my previous video, but in this video this is all about commands. So these are the basic commands that you're going to be using for the rest of your life if you want to use Linux. Now the first ever command that comes to mind of a Linux user is two letters, L and S, which is used to list files and folders in current working directory. Now directory and folder are the same thing basically. So the directory is basically just a formal term for a folder, so but they are all the same. So ls is used to list files and folders that are present in your current directory or folder. So basically if I type ls here, it means these files and folders are present in my this directory, which is my home directory. So these are present in my home directory. Now if I want to show them in a list, I will type ls-l and it will show them as list. Now I will type ls-la. Now this will also show me the hidden files and folders, but that's for a whole other video. So now we know what ls is. So let's say we know files and folders in our current directory. Let's say I want to go into the different folder. I want to change the location. Now there is a command that we use known as cd. Now cd can be used to navigate into the Linux file system, and cd desktop, I go to cd desktop. There you go. I have few directories here, and as you can see, desktop folder was right here. So some Linux have different colors for folders and files, but you need to identify that. Files will always have extension, but the folders will not have extension. So basically we are in desktop, but we did that by using cd. So ls and cd. Now let's say you have a file and you want to read it. Now what command you will use? So there is a command in terminal, in built-in Linux command, that is used only to read files. So basically any type of files. There is a command called cat, which is short for concatenation. And let's read this file, creds open was. This is basically credentials for a tool I've been using. So just as you can see, this was the content that were present in that file. So as I cat the file, it showed me the contents or anything that was present in it. So we can read it, we can see what's in that file. So we can also read, let's say we go to /bin/ls. Let's read the ls command. As we learned in our previous video that everything in Linux is a file, so we can also read commands. Now we just cat the command and we cannot understand anything because it's all in machine learning. So let's say your terminal got messy like this and you want to clean it up. There's a command called clear. Clear is used to clean it up. You can also use Control L. Control L or clear do the same thing. So basically this is another shortcut. Now let's say you want to know what user you're logged in Linux. Like for let's say you have many users in your Linux system. It may be your kids, your fiance. So let's say you're logged in what user you want to know. There's a command called who am I. Who am I tells you that tells you the username of user that is logged in, or user that is currently logged in. So basically in my case it's Kencypher, so I am logged in as Kencypher. So if I type who am I, it will just show me Kencypher. Okay, next command, I want to know in which directory I'm currently working. Not all terminals look exactly like this. So let's say I want to know in which directory I am. So there is a command pwd, which is print working directory or print current working directory. So I'm in /home /Kencypher /desktop. So basically it tells me the whole path that where I am in Linux. So I can easily navigate and go where I want to go. So now I know where I am, I can go where I want to go because now I know where I am. So basically these are the most basic commands. Now the next command is ifconfig. Now ifconfig and there's another command IPA are similar. They both do the exact job. Let me just show you the output. Sorry about that. So it shows you all the network adapters you have. So basically I have Ethernet 0 Ethernet port, and I have a wireless card WLAN. So and there's another address which is by default in every system, LO or loopback. Now you might know Ethernet ports and cables, and you know wireless cards, but you don't know loopback. So I think you should do a little bit of research. What is a loopback address? So it's not that difficult, to be honest. So it shows you all the network adapters you have, and plus point, it tells you the IP of your system. In my case it's 192.168.100.9. so there's another command IPA. It tells you the exact same thing, but it tells you in colorful way, like a bit of coloring, and you don't need to find what coloring IP or stuff like that. So you can just see that IPs are in purple color. As you can see that IP subnet broadcast address, they are in purple color. So it's easy to locate while using IPA, but both commands are basically treated with respect. Both commands are very useful. You can use them, IPA and ifconfig. So it's up to you what you want to choose. So this was these were basically what we call our basic commands. Now there's another command, like let's say you want to know what system you're using, like what is specifications. There's a command lscpu, which tells you all you need to know about your system. So this is my system basically. Feel free to look around. So as you can see, I have 4 CPUs and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of things. i5 3rd generation 1.70 gigahertz, so stuff like that. So this is basically all the information you can get by using lscpu. Now let's say you want to know how much RAM you have. There's a command free, but free tells you in bytes, but we don't have time to calculate. So there's a parameter free hyphen or dash h. Dash h will allow you to see your RAM in basically gigabytes, in a language we understand. So basically I have total of 12 gigs, so it shows 9.5 gig. So it's used 2.2 gig free, 7.61 and 7.1 sorry, and shared is 268, buff cache through 821 MB, available 7.4, and swap and stuff like that. So basically all the things you need to know about RAM, you can know that by typing free-h. Now same thing with the disk, but little bit different command, df-h. df-h will tells you all about the Linux file system that you need to know. For example, this is my first drive where Linux is installed. It's 125 SSD and 85 gig is used, 24 gig is free. /dev/sdb1 is my second hard drive, which is 500 gigs, 458 GB and 326 GB is used, and 109 gig is free. So basically this is all the things that I want to know about my hard drive and RAM. You can do that by using these commands. Now there's another basic command that we probably use or won't. Well, this is the command that is used to see basically the specs about the system, operating system, in specific uname. Now uname is basically used to show you the specs of your operating system or detail. uname-a tells you all you need to know about your operating system. So uname-a is a really good command if you want to know about your whole operating system, kernel version and stuff like that. So I think uname is the best option to go for. So I think these are all the basic commands that you need to know for your first entry in the Linux. So this is all for today, and in the next video we'll be discussing about creation of files and removal and folders or stuff like that. So as the series began, we will continue this series until the end. So this is all for today, and see you guys in the next video.